Do you know as a consumer that you're protected? My name is Barrister Peace. If you're a consumer in Nigeria, know that you're protected by law that ensures fair trade practice, product safety, and accurate information. There are several agencies responsible for the enforcement of these laws. The primary agent of this is Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Most of us don't use these agencies. Now, let me tell you your rights as a consumer. Number one, right to safety. Products and services should meet safety standards to prevent harm. If the product does not meet that standard, it's not good for a consumer. If the consumer consumes it, the consumer will have the right to sue the company. Number two, right to accurate information. If there is any information about products or services that you need to know, you have the right to ask for that information and it will be given to you. Then right to choose. It is your right to choose your products and services. You will choose the one you want and the one you don't want. Now, another one is right to fair dealing. Then the last interesting part is right to redress. So you can always institute an action against any company, products, anything that you consume that causes harm to you. Now, you might not know that you have these rights, but Supreme Court delivered a sweet judgment. Current judgment, this 2025, I think it's even this October that the Supreme Court gave that judgment. Now, let me give you the details of that case. I will read it out for you to understand it. A customer challenged MTN in court over illegal deductions for Caller Tunes subscription, which he never did. The Supreme Court of Nigeria delivered another landmark decision in the case of Anene versus MTN Nigeria Communication PLC, 2025, 16 Nigeria Weekly Law Reports, Part 210, page 1. The facts of the case. Mr. Nene, a customer of MTN, had his airtime frequently deducted over a period of time for indeterminable reasons. On the 18th of May 2024, while he was making contributions to a live radio program, his airtime was cut off by MTN. He found that there was no airtime in his phone line, and could not purchase airtime on that day to reconnect, as it was a Sunday. Thereafter, he realized that it was MTN that was responsible for this, and that MTN had subjected him to deductions from his airtime for Caller Tunes service, which he allegedly never subscribed to. Mr. Nene wrote to MTN complaining of these deductions. After some correspondences, MTN wrote back to him stating that it had deactivated the Caller Tunes and then refunded him 700 naira airtime, with an undertaking not to unlawfully and illegally deduct his airtime again. However, after a while, MTN resumed the deduction for Caller Tunes service when he did not subscribe to it, in spite of their claim of having deactivated the unsubscribed Caller Tunes. Consequently, Mr. Anene instituted a suit against MTN at the High Court of Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for a declaration that the uncountable deductions reach his quiet enjoyment of the airtime that he paid for, an order restraining MTN from further deductions from his airtime as service charge for Caller Tunes, an order directing MTN to refund all deductions made from his airtime, the sum of 50 million naira as damages, and the sum of 1 million naira as cost of litigation. At the conclusion of the trial court found in favor of Mr. Anene and awarded him the sum of 5 million naira as general damages for the disruption of the quiet enjoyment of his airtime and the consequent hardship and discomfort which he was subjected through on MTN's unholy deductions. The court also awarded him the costs in the sum of 500,000 naira. Dissatisfied with the judgment of the trial court, MTN appealed to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal held in favor of Anene too, but now reduced the damages awarded to him by the trial court. Anene, still dissatisfied, appealed to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court set aside the decision of the Court of Appeal and upheld the decision of the trial court by awarding 5 million naira as damages, with an additional 3 million naira as cost of appeal, and order MTN to pay the total of 8.5 million for consumers' rights violation. This is indeed a strong precedent for consumers' rights protection in our law. So do you now say that as a consumer, your rights are very, very, very much secured in law? If you're watching me from Facebook and you've not followed my page, please follow my page, like and comment, share this video for others to learn. And if you're watching me from YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching me from Facebook, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Peace Oluchi TV. If you're watching me from YouTube, you can also follow my Facebook page, Legal Aid with P.O. Okonkwo Esquire.